It was a freezing winter night in 2025, and President Donald Trump was holding an urgent top secret meeting in the Oval Office. The topic? UFO sightings. Over the past few weeks, strange glowing orbs had been seen across the United States, sparking panic on social media and conspiracy theories in the news. The most viral footage came from the Arizona desert, where a bright spherical object was filmed floating silently in the night sky before vanishing without a trace. Trump leaned back in his chair, his iconic confidence radiating as he spoke. "We're going to figure this out. Nobody knows how to handle this stuff better than me. If it's aliens, they'll love me, believe me." Just as the room chuckled nervously, a Secret Service agent burst in. "Mr. President, you need to come with us immediately. We've had an incident near Area 51. Trump raised an eyebrow. "Area 51? Of course, it had to be there. Let's go. And make sure the cameras are ready. This could be huge." The winter of 2025 was colder than usual in Washington, D.C., but inside the Oval Office, the temperature was far from icy. President Donald Trump, back in the White House for his second term, was sitting at the head of the table during a classified meeting with his top advisors. In front of him, a large screen displayed a looping video of a glowing golden orb floating over the Arizona desert. It moved with impossible speed and precision, vanishing into thin air as quickly as it appeared. "This," Trump began, pointing at the screen, "this is what everyone's talking about, right? I've seen a lot of things, believe me, the best things, but this is something else." His advisors nodded nervously. The room was tense. UFO sightings weren't new, but the frequency and clarity of the recent reports had sent shockwaves through the intelligence community. This wasn't grainy footage of flickering lights. These were high-definition recordings captured by both civilians and military radars. One of the advisors cleared his throat. "Mr. President, this object, whatever it is, defies all known laws of physics. It's emitting energy signatures we can't identify," and he hesitated. "It's been seen near several key military installations." Trump leaned forward, narrowing his eyes. "Military installations? Are you telling me these things are spying on us? Is this some kind of Chinese trick? Or maybe Russia? Because if it is, we need to show them who's boss. Nobody spies on America without consequences." Another advisor interjected. "Sir, we've ruled out human involvement. This isn't from any country we know." Trump smirked. "Not human, huh? You're telling me it's aliens? Well, if they're coming here, they must know they're dealing with the greatest country in the world. Let's find out what they want." Just as he finished speaking, a Secret Service agent burst into the room. "Mr. President, we've got a situation. You need to come with us immediately." Minutes later, Trump was aboard Marine One, flying toward the Nevada desert. The helicopter's interior buzzed with activity as advisors briefed the president. The glowing orb had been spotted again, this time directly over Area 51, the infamous military base long associated with UFO conspiracies. "Area 51, Trump mused, staring out the window. "I always knew something was going on there. People have been saying it for years. Now it's my turn to get the answers." When they landed, Trump was greeted by top military officials and scientists. He was whisked into a secure underground facility where a massive screen displayed live footage of the orb hovering above the base. It pulsed with golden light, shifting its shape as though it were alive. "This is what we're dealing with," a general explained. "It's been stationary for the last hour, but its movements earlier were unpredictable. It approached the base, stopped midair, and then just waited." Trump nodded, stroking his chin. "Sounds like they're trying to get our attention. Well, they've got it. Let's figure out what they want." The scientists began explaining the orb's properties, its electromagnetic field, its ability to defy gravity, and the strange rhythmic pulses it emitted, which resembled some kind of code. Trump, growing impatient, waved his hand dismissively. "Save the science talk. Can we communicate with it or not?" One of the scientists hesitated. "We're working on decoding the signals, but it's unlike anything we've ever seen. It's almost like it's alive." Trump stepped forward, ignoring the protests of his security detail. "All right," he said, addressing the being. "I don't know who you are or where you're from, but if you've got something to say, you're talking to the right guy. Nobody negotiates better than me. Let's make a deal. The figure tilted its head as if studying him. Then it pointed to the hologram, highlighting a specific location, somewhere deep in the Pacific Ocean. "What's that?" Trump asked, turning to his advisors. "Is this thing telling us to go there, or is it pointing to a hidden treasure? Because if it is, I'm interested." Over the next several hours, the being communicated through its hologram, showing more locations and symbols. Scientists worked frantically to decode its meaning, while Trump watched with growing impatience. "Can someone tell me what this thing wants? I'm not standing here all night." Finally, one of the scientists spoke up. "Mr. President, we believe the symbols represent energy sources, natural forces connected to the Earth's magnetic field. The locations, they might be sites of some significance to this being. It could be trying to warn us about something." "Or," Trump interjected, "it could be asking for help. Maybe they need something we've got. Either way, they came to us, and that means they respect us. They respect me." As dawn approached, the being stepped back into the orb, which began to glow brightly. Within seconds, it shot into the sky, disappearing without a trace. The base fell silent. Trump turned to his team, a triumphant smile on his face. "Well, that was easy. They came, they saw, they met Trump. Now let's figure out what those locations mean. And someone get me a camera. I need to tell the world about this." In the days that followed, Trump held a press conference, declaring the encounter a monumental success. "Last night I met with a being from another world. They came here because they know America is the best. They know I'm the best. And let me tell you folks, we're going to figure out what they wanted, and we're going to do it better than anyone else." Meanwhile, the Pentagon quietly launched expeditions to the locations highlighted in the hologram. What they found there remains classified, but whispers of advanced technology and ancient secrets began to circulate. As for Trump, he turned the encounter into part of his legacy, claiming credit for opening a new chapter in human history. Whether the being's visit was a warning, a request, or something else entirely, one thing was certain: the mystery of the glowing orb had only just begun.